Hey guys, I hope everybody's having a fantastic day. Today I want to give you kind of my thoughts, my observations, my overview of this little Kizer Parakeet. I unboxed the Parakeet last week. It was sent to me from Kizer to review. I appreciate that. I appreciate them checking me out to let them check out some of their knives. And I was excited about this knife for one reason mainly, and that was because it uses Kizer's top liner lock. So it looks like a button lock, right? However, if you look in there, you can see the liner is engaged with the tang of the blade. When I push the button, it's attached to the liner, pushes it out of the way, and the blade swings free. So that's kind of what attracted me to wanting to check out this knife, because I really like a top liner lock with that button actuation. Smock's one of my favorites. I've tried the Psyop from Vosteed. I've got a little Tyconic that I really like, and this one operates very well. It's a design from a guy named Johan Jordan. I think I'm pronouncing that right. He's a South African knife designer. And he wanted to make a small, compact, functional little EDC knife. And I think he pulled that off. I'll give you my thoughts on it when we get towards the end, but just in terms of the vision that he wanted, a small, functional EDC knife that would be great for processing light materials, cutting food, opening packages, you name it. Just a little, I almost look at this as a 5th carry size knife. We'll do some size comparisons in a second and you'll see what I mean, but it's a good bit smaller than your mini Benchmades, for example. It's just a little guy, but it's available in 2 different blade shapes. The one that they sent me is a Sheepsfoot, kind of a flat grind, Nitro-V. This particular variation, which is the aluminum handle, and the black PVD coated. This one's coated in PVD. Nitro-V, HRC, Kizer has listed at 60 to 61. This knife, again, is also available in a drop point. It's available in different handle materials, whereas this is aluminum. It's available in PEI, i.e. Ultim, and other materials. I'll put a link to this knife in the description so you guys can check it out if you're interested. But it is a cool little knife. You do have the Parakeet Nitro-V and Johann's Maker's Mark on the clip side, and on the show side you've got Kizer there. I have not sharpened this yet. I have cut with it a lot, but I've not sharpened it. I will be sharpening it. It doesn't need to be sharpened yet. Let's real quickly look at the deep carry clip, because it does have a short deep carry clip. I really like the clip. I think the clip is great. It goes in and out of pocket very well. I say that, and then I'm on my little crazy pants here. So you're looking at a very low profile, small carry. I look at this as a 5th pocket knife, and it fits in the 5th pocket all the way. And you got a little bit to spare there. So, you know, multiple carry options. I look at this either as a small office knife, small, you know, get it done knife, or a 5th pocket carry knife. For me, it's a little on the small side to be a primary carry. However, if I was going to work, let's say, it might be just fine for what I was going to do that day. Has a really nice little finger choil right here. You've got your plunge grind that comes down to about right here. You can see that there. You do have a little swedge in the blade and a thumb stud. So the swedge, you can flick off that. I don't get it 100% of the time. I probably won't get it 1% now. Whoops. But anyway, I flip off the thumb studs. So you can either thumb flick this knife, reverse flick it. It's got very good detent. You can also slow roll it out if that's your jam, because it is a small, nimble cutter, which is what Johan was after according to the write-up that he made on this knife. Let's take a few cuts with it. The blade's geometry is done very well. I'm cutting through a label too on purpose. when I flip this over, this little guy is slicey. Very, very slicey. And it's, like I said, it's processed a lot of material so far. I would say I've cut up several Amazon boxes, and when I say cut them up into strips out over the recycle bin, because I'm a therapeutic cutter. I've got a problem, and I admit it, but that's just kind of one of them. I like to cut shit up. I've got some tape on the blade. I can feel it, some glue. Still very slicey. Nitro-V, in my opinion, is a really good bargain steel. I say bargain, it's a good steel. This knife is going to come in under, I don't have it on my mind, but I was going to say it's under $65, right around that $60 mark in aluminum or another high-end handle material, and Nitro-V. So all of them are going to be Nitro-V. They're all going to be the button actuated liner lock. So you got that push button liner lock, and then you've got the choice of a drop point or a Sheepsfoot. So when we talk about how big is it, John? Well, that is it next to the Benchmade bug out. As you can tell, it is much, much smaller than the Benchmade bug out. So then we can take a pull from our Benchmade mini bug out, and you can see that it's still a good bit smaller than the mini bug out. Now, if you look where that finger choil is, you've got just as much grip as I can get on this bug out. So the blade is shorter, but that's just about it. And then I've got a couple of small knives out of my collection that are 5th pocket carry knives, like the Baby Banner. Right about the size of the Baby Banner. Devo Nip. Right about the size of the Devo Nip. And then we got the TRM Nerd. They're right about the size of the TRM Nerd. So for those of you that have experience with any of these knives, that gives you a good idea on just practical size. And then for the super ultra practical, we can look at it next to a Sharpie, and it's about a 1/2 inch larger than a Sharpie. And that 1/2 inch is purely a guess, so let's take out the tape measure. And we will learn that this knife is right over 5 3/4 inches long, right under 6 inches, between 5 3/4 and 6. The blade is right under 2.5 inches, 2.4 maybe. Your handle is, I'm going to call it 3.5. And then your grip to that front choil is 3 3/4. That's from right here to right here. That's 3 3/4. If you look at the inside grip to where the handle goes, you can say 3 1/4, roughly to right here if you're more comfortable with that grip. I'm comfortable all the way up on the blade because it feels, you've got really good jimping on this little thin blade. So you've got good jimping, you've got really good grip, and any handle material, but in this aluminum you can feel these ridges very, very well, very, very grippy. Let's see how thicky the blade is, then we'll measure it, weigh it, and then we'll be done. I'll give you my final thoughts. So blade stock, 0.1120, overall thickness, 0.47. I can try behind the edge, it's not going to matter because I won't get it right. What I had it there, 0.19, 0.18, something like that. Right in there. And then I think it's a pretty light guy. I mean, this one's aluminum. Keep in mind that was under a 2.5 inch blade. So we'll look at our inch per ounce. This is probably going to come in a little higher. Well, 2.5. 2.55. We were right at about 2.45 on the blade. So I think that comes in right there, right? Even if you want to go by that metric that I normally don't because I like a heavier knife. Guys, I really like this knife. For me, personally, it is a little on the small side. I've got 5th pocket carry knives, and I used to carry them quite a bit. My kind of small fixed blade infatuation, obsession, addiction, whatever you will, has kind of put the small fixed blade, not in my fifth pocket, but in that position of my carry. But I can tell you, I could highly recommend this little knife. It's perfectly centered. It operates very well. It cuts very well. It's priced very well. I love the top liner lock. I think that's a huge win. Again, it might be one of my favorite lock types. Very stable lock, very convenient, and just, you know, very great for one-hand operation and EDC, in my opinion. So guys, that is a Kizer Parakeet, the new release from Kizer. I'll put some links in the description, but I appreciate you watching. I want to say thank you to all the channel members. I want to say thank you to anybody who comes in to check out my knife and EDC content. Let you know there'll be a video popping up there if you want to. Check it out. Be cool if you would. But most importantly, please look out for the guy or gal to your left. Please look out for the guy or gal to your right. Please look out for each other. Go forward with love in your hearts and choose debate, not hate. I love you all. Peace.